What's up, guys? First of the year, first recording for 2023. I hope your New Year's was awesome. I hope you guys were all safe, enjoyed yourself, made some good memories, stuff you can look back on with a big smile on your face. Hopefully you weren't one of those people that left a memory with a smile on your face because you woke up in a spot where you weren't expecting to wake up. So that kind of thing does happen on a New Year's celebration. I do get that. Mine was pretty low key, pretty easy going. Not a lot of craziness happening out in our world. My granddaughter, got to spend her first New Year's with her. She's, 7 months old, something like that. 6 months, 5 months, something like that. I suck at birthdays, just so you guys know. I suck at tracking age. She was born in August. So now you kind of know, you can figure out the age there. First time she got to experience that stuff. And at first it just, opened her eyes, and then she got really, really scared and just crying. So I just took her inside and I spent about an hour with her just walking in circles because it was just genuine fear that she experienced. And it was a great moment for me and her. It was a really, really tough moment in the sense that she got scared about that kind of stuff. I hate the fact that she was scared, but I got to spend that time with my granddaughter and put her to sleep. It was that was probably the biggest memory of mine. I have pictures of that time with her. So into what's going on in the world right now. Germany, their inflation numbers came down rather significantly, much lower than what they anticipated, 2% lower than what they anticipated. That has made an effect globally. That ripple has gone out and we've opened up our market open just a little bit better today than where we anticipated it was going based upon the trajectory. So what does that mean? That means that ultimately we have way too much crap that we got to look at to see what's going to happen in the market. For us to be able to guess and wonder, sometimes it's low news day weeks. It's easier to kind of get a good feeling for what's going to be happening. The high news weeks, meaning there's a lot of information being released when it comes to inflation, things on the economy, any jobless claims, all those kind of things. Those are really volatile weeks. It could literally send the market any direction and immediately. So never in history that I'm aware of have we ever had to look at so much crap to get a good feeling for where things are headed. My personal belief right now is inflation is still just being manipulated. That is probably a lot worse than what we believe it to be. Now, I could be 100% wrong. I'm just looking at all that's going on out there, and there's just no way that we're seeing that's really where it is, because just with the cost of living, cost of anything that person has to endure just to experience life is so much more expensive than it was. One thing that I think that now that we're in the first part of the year may have an impact on inflation, may improve things. It's a suck way to talk about improvement. People are holding off till after the holidays to lay people off. That's just a discussion that happens behind closed doors. Nobody wants to be that guy. And plus, there is many that did, but nobody wants to be the guy calling somebody before Christmas. Nobody wants to be a person calling directly after Christmas and the first of the new year. So now we're probably talking month of January. I'm guessing we may see some heavy numbers with respect to that. That could impact inflation, therefore impact things to where if inflation does come down, interest rates would come down as well. Why is that? We've talked about that in the past, where if you put your money out there for a long period of time, you want to get paid back. You want to get paid back with something that's equal value to what you gave. But when inflation is kicking in at such high levels, and it's always been pretty high level, it's eroding the value of what you're being paid back with. So you go to my, my calculator. If you have it, you go to your app store, go get the QJO investment tool. I should have it up right here, but I don't. And be able to, in fact, I have it on my phone, get the QJO investment tool, and you can actually run these numbers for yourself. So that's what it looks like when you pull it up. And you're going to be able to get this amortization calculator right here. This one right here, that calculator will tell you a lot about that. And I'm sorry, it's really, really fuzzy. But reach out to me and I'll guide you through that. I'm going to get some videos out on how to use all the calculators that are on there. But let's also look at some other things. We got China. I talked about this last week. China is now opening up. They're going to start having people move around, doing a lot of things. Their consumption of oil is the lowest it's been since 1990. Well, oil's what, $80 a barrel right now? $80-$90 a barrel? I think it's around 80. What happens when they start getting to their full-blown consumption? We could see 100 plus, right? So we're going to see oil inflation go up. So we may have the job thing come down and help, but then the oil inflation come up. So we don't know where this is all going to land. So because of what happened in Germany, again, global economy, we did see a little bit of improvement. Our trajectory was heading down. We're going right into this support line, but we bounced up. Now, that it still puts us at a negative. We're still in a negative position. We try to push against the with Fibonacci level here, also against some of the moving averages, and we just don't have there's just not a lot of strength. So it's bouncing off of other moving averages. And this one happens to be the one that we're bouncing off of is our looks like our 50-day right here. And then, but we have a positive stochastic crossover. That's a pretty heavy positive, but you can see we had that heavy positive before and we shrunk before. So I'm not convinced that this is where we're going to have a turnaround quite yet. Again, every single one of these candles is a trading day. If it's green, I mean, it started low and ended high, meaning a lot of money went into the market that day, bringing more liquidity, bringing more available funds to lend out, bringing rates down. Supply and demand. Greater supply, lower the cost. Lower the supply, higher the cost. You see these days where it started higher and ended lower. I mean, there was some selling in the market. There's some liquidity issues. You see these gap downs. Sometimes they move a gap down open. That would mean that they had to keep dropping the price for somebody to actually buy into it. So you see these gaps. Well, we're seeing some pretty tight trading here, not a lot of extreme trading. We have what are different levels that are put as resistance or support, where it is believed that traders be putting in their buy or sell orders, right? Depending upon what they believe is happening in the market and what's going to drive. So this is where these plots have been placed by professionals. That's who I follow. And these are the lines that they say that we need to be watching for as far as support and resistance. This used to be support. When you break through that support, it becomes resistance at that point, and it has to have really, really good news or good reason for people to want to buy at a level higher than that. So that's where we're at the moment. Market's looking, it's better than it was by a fraction on Friday. Friday actually was really a rough day to quote anyway. So we're going to be quoting people more today. Friday, we going into a holiday. You're padding the market, and they closed early. So our rates are just weren't awesome to quote on Friday. So if you were trying to get a quote on Friday, reach out to us today. We'll see what we can do about getting you an updated quote. Should be making more sense. Thanks, guys, and we'll bring you back around on Friday.